All right, this is Joshua, as you know, because we're standingfight.com, here with highly respected, world-class trainer Ronnie Shields. Ronnie, what's going on?
Oh, man, just nothing but the work, man, trying to get everybody ready for this fight on the 22nd,
Got you. It's been a long road from fighting the Lot Sims of the world, winning his first world title, then to go on to win 3 more. He's going up against Paul Malignaggi. Do you see anything in Paul Malignaggi's game that can give one any trouble?
Paul is a really good experienced fighter. He's one of these guys that, he's a 2-time world champion, so you don't get to be 2-time world champion without, being able not to be able to fight. So, of course, he's going to be a stiff challenge, but I think Juan is the better fighter, and I think you're going to see at the end, around the end, Juan will prevail.
Juan will prevail. Do you have any thoughts on whether he would enter into the junior welterweight division? I know he's fighting at a catchweight, or is he going to stay at lightweight? Have y'all talked about anything like that, or
No, we haven't talked about anything yet. We just got to see how we do in this fight first, and this fight is going to determine a whole lot. Whether we go up or we stay at lightweight.
Okay. Well, you're also the trainer of Kermit Cintron, who's also coming off a victory against Alfred Angulo. A lot of people didn't think he had the style to befuddle Angulo. You have any thoughts about that? Well,
Alfred Angulo is a really good fighter, but I just knew Kermit was the better fighter, better boxer. Kermit is a really, really good fighter. People don't give him as much credit as he deserves. But you got to remember, he only lost twice to one guy, Antonio Margarita. And, I just feel right now Kermit is better than Margarita right now. So he want to get Margarita back. An Angola fight, I really wasn't worried about that fight. I knew Kermit was better. Simple as that. I knew he was better. I knew all he had to do was be in condition. You saw it, he was in great condition. I think he could have knocked him out. They came with the excuse that, Angola was sick. If you're sick, don't fight.
Absolutely.
You can't come back afterwards and say, well, if I wouldn't have been sick. The thing is, if you're sick, don't fight. Simple as that. Don't come with no excuses. You're lost. Simple as that.
Absolutely. Well, there's no denying the work that you actually done with Kermit, how you have made him a better fighter. You just mentioned possibly getting Margarito back in the ring, but Margarito's coming off suspension because of the illegal hand wraps that were caught prior to the Shane Mosley fight in Los Angeles.
Right.
Do you have any thoughts of maybe having to look out for that if that fight is on the horizon for Central?
Well, I'm not the manager, I'm just a trainer, and I'm not the promoter. But, just whenever they come up with something, they call me, ask me what I think about it. If I like it, I say yeah. If I don't, I say nay. So, in this business, you got to pick and choose where you go. And so, Kermit is in a position right now. He only deserves big fights.
Absolutely.
Right now. So, they come back with Angola again. He don't want to fight Kermit again. And you know what? It don't make sense for us to fight him again. Why? We just beat him.
Absolutely.
He's not a champion. So why would we want to go backwards? That's going backwards. We want to go forward. Margarita fight, that'll be a great fight for us. But he don't have a belt. So he's not a name right now. He got to come back and prove that he can fight without the loaded wraps. So, and then in the future, maybe we'll look at him again.
Absolutely.
But right now, we want Shane Mosley, Andre Berto. That's the fights we're looking at. We're looking at big fights. We're not looking at fights that don't make sense to us.
Absolutely. Well, Kermit is a relatively big welterweight. He's proven that he can dominate at welterweight and also enter the fray at junior middleweight. You've calling out basically the guys that you're looking for Cintron at welterweight. If none of those fights are possible, is there anybody at 154 that you may see in the future for Kermit?
Well, there's somebody champions at 154 that we can look at. So, we just, right now, Kermit is supposed to fight in Puerto Rico at the end of October. Stay busy fight. So, we just have to look around and see what comes up. Next year is coming around. The end of the season basically for boxing is going to end at the second week of December. So, after that, then everybody will be looking toward January. So, for making up new fights, HBO, Showtime, all them dates will start coming up. When they do their season roster, hopefully we're in there with one of the big fights.
Gotcha. Well, you're also the trainer for Rocky Juarez. Rocky Juarez had a very tough fight against Chris John. Y'all were looking to put that fight together, a rematch. How's Rocky looking? Is he in training yet? Have y'all begun any type of camp?
Rocky's been sparring for the last 2 weeks.
Okay.
He's been sparring with Highland Williams, doing really good. And the rematch is September the 19th. So, that's if Chris John show up again this time.
Absolutely.
He didn't show up last time, and they blame Rocky Juarez for somebody who didn't even show up. So we're looking forward to it. We just want Rocky to keep training hard, and Rocky's going to knock Chris John out this time. So it's not going to be no ifs, no ands, no buts about it. Rocky Juarez is going to be featherweight champion of the world.
Absolutely. Rocky Juarez, he's a highly decorated veteran fighter. He's been in the likes with the best in the world.
Yes.
A lot of people seem to think Rocky has a tendency to start slow when he fights. Is that something you've been working with him on?
Absolutely.
Possibly starting a little faster?
He has to start faster, but Chris John, he made a close fight by the early round. But this time, we got to go get him right away, It's what we're working on, and Rocky's going to be a better fighter. And you're going to see, Rocky's going to knock him out.
Absolutely. Well, I definitely appreciate your time, Mr. Shields. I'll see you at the weigh-in and at the
All right,
fight. Is there anything you want to say to the fans in closing?
Just tune in for August 22nd for Juan Diaz against Paulo Malignaggi, and September 19th pay-per-view, Rocky Juarez, Chris John on the undercard, Floyd Mayweather, and Juan Manuel Marquez.
All right. What is your prediction on that fight since you mentioned it?
Close fight, but I got to go with Mayweather.
Absolutely. All right. Thanks a lot, Mr. Shields.
Thank you.
All right.